Hello guys, if you don't happen to know me just yet, well, my name is Kai, also known as Junqkai over Roblox. Alright, so this is just an introduction of me. It's probably gonna take this video is probably gonna take a while considering the history I've had with the Dodgefathers, so. For those of you who have little recollection of who I am, I'm actually one of the staff members for the Dodgefathers, and I specifically handle the Dodgeball Team recruiting those who are eager to join the Dodgefathers just for the Dodgeball Team itself, which we were back then primarily focused on. And I am also one of the very first members to join the group, which will explain how long this video is going to be. And like I said, I have quite a bit of history, like quite a long history with the Dodgefathers. So yeah, without further ado, let us travel back to the year 2015. I'm gonna try to record this video as I play this game, which I'm not really good at because I always tend to lose focus talking while playing the game, which is not my thing. Like talking while playing a game, I'm not a good multitasker, so let's just see how this goes. If not, then I'll probably just go AFK for the entire video. So let us travel back to the year 2015. Once upon a time, there was a kid named Kai who discovered this really nice game called Roblox Dodgeball made by Alex Neutron. Alright. As far as I remember, it was over summer break when Roblox Dodgeball came out, and at that point I just happened to discover the game. And I've actually played the older versions of Roblox Dodgeball, and I admit it was pretty cool. Considering I've never seen like a dodgeball game in Roblox. So I just happened to discover, well, the new version of Roblox Dodgeball, which is this one. And I decided to try it out, because why not? And it turned out to be actually really good. I loved it. I don't know, it was probably just like all this, like, I don't know, like the way this game is like structured with like the health, and it just looks really nice, and I liked it a lot. So I started playing the game. Eventually I got really hooked into it. Well, I died, but anyways, soon enough I got really hooked into playing this game, and I spent to the point that I actually started like spending most of my time every single day on this game itself, on Roblox, just stocking up on KOs and climbing up every level, starting from level 1 to level 2, level 3, so on. So over that summer, while I was just like randomly playing Roblox Dodgeball for fun, excuse me, I'm like really sick, so I'm gonna end up coughing like every once in a while in this game as I play this game and record this video. So alright, so then one day when I was a level 7 at this game, I was just playing dodgeball, minding my own business like usual, just playing the game for fun. And well, on that day that I was just playing as like this really newbie level 7, that was the day when I actually met Tippin. Now, as I mentioned before, the Dodgefathers were back then. The Dodgefathers were only primarily focused on this game only. Hence our name, the Dodgefathers. Dodge. I think that's pretty. I think you get the gist of it, but Dodge was in our name, so we played dodgeball, and we live and breathe dodgeball. Basically, was how we were back then. So on that day was when I met Tippin, and he he offered me a spot to join his group, which, yes, is the Dodgefathers. And it took me a while to actually make my mind up because, oh dear, sudden death. And that actually took me a while to make up my mind because I wasn't a big fan of groups, especially those who competed. Okay, like I said, I'm not good at talking while playing games. But anyways, I wasn't a big fan of groups, especially like competitive esports type groups. So it took me a little bit of time to actually think about it. But yeah, and like heated rivalries were what scared me the most when it came to competitive groups, so that's why I usually shied away from joining them. But then I actually thought this, I don't know, for some voice in my head told me it was going to be a really good idea to actually join the Dodgefathers. So it didn't take me a while. It did take me a while because I had to think about it, but I didn't hesitate, and I went back on and told Tippin, yes, I'm gonna join you guys. So boom, I became a Dodgefather, and I was also the first female member to join the group. Okay, so alright, so when I eventually joined the Dodgefathers, I became really freaking involved with the group, especially considering the fact that I played this game so much back then. We pulled off all-nighters to stock up on KOs and all that stuff, and we frequently held group calls on Skype to hang out and stuff. And I was just energetic as hell. But then, as I mentioned before, one of my biggest worries and fears were group competitions, like rivalries and stuff, and that's what happened. But I honestly couldn't be surprised because we were bound to have a rivalry, maybe sooner enough. But they're just my biggest worries. Because I don't know. I have a strong distaste for fighting. Let me just get this guy first, or not. Oh wow, I actually did it. Okay, so the Dodgefathers back then were clashing with the former holder of the number one of the first place in the leaderboards of all time on this game. We clashed with this group called NITH, which is an abbreviation for Noobs in the Hood. And we really had like this big argument. Like if you just go on the group page of the Dodgefathers and like go all the way back to the really old comments on the group wall, you will find like a lot of our arguments, especially with Noobs in the Hood. But as a group that just formed, and Noobs in the Hood has like, I don't know, 10, like way more members than we do. We were climbing the leaderboards really quickly. We're a group that kind of just started, and that was because we carefully chose the people who we recruited onto the team to play for us. And we had to we promised, I practically promised to sacrifice much of my time just so I can stock up on the knockouts. So we were a very active group with carefully picked members, unlike NITH, who, as far as I know, just choose their members out of the blue to join. And back then we were like very specific with the type of people we chose. And yeah, so in no time we were actually able to beat noobs in the hood who were like thousands and thousands of knockouts ahead of us, but we managed to slam and to just, yeah, come on and slam, and welcome to the jump. But my voice cracked. Perfect. But I'm sick, so. But we just managed to steal their spot off the leaderboard, and we became #1 all time. And you will, if you go on this game, you will find it. You will always find us there. We have the largest amount of knockouts than any other team. And I was really amused, but like very happy with with the achievements we had. Being a group that just started off fresh, and we actually climbed up and made it onto, actually made our goal to be #1, to be #1 all time on the leaderboards. Okay, so after we reached our milestone, our spot to be #1 all time, well, we just didn't have another goal. Pretty much, we made it. We achieved what we needed to be #1 on this game, at least. And so we practically had nothing else to do other than the fact that have fun and keep playing, cause yeah, just have fun and keep playing. And eventually the Dodgefathers went into this decline where all the members lost the motivation. Well, not all of us, but well, it wasn't practically most of us, but most of the members lost the motivation to stick on this game, because we were playing it over and over and over. And a lot of the members, even the original ones, the first people to join, even before I did, they lost the motivation they lost that energy to start to keep on playing, so they drifted away from Roblox Dodgeball. I myself was still one of the very few people who kept my energy going and kept playing the hell out of this game. But then I eventually went into decline too after summer break was over, and I had school to deal with, so I couldn't stay active. I couldn't stay active on the Dodgeballs forever, for the Dodgefathers forever. But I never left the group. I just only considered this maybe as like this really big hiatus of this really long halt in activity for me and the Dodgefathers, until everything actually got back again. And they did, without me really knowing. So even while I was away on a hiatus, let me remember when this was. It was like, I think the summer, about around the summer break, or about there, or maybe after the summer break that finished off my 7th grade year, that I discovered on Twitter that Tippin, and some other of the Dodgefathers became active again, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're up. This means the Dodgefathers, like, we're officially back on track, because Twitter was also another way we communicated, but especially on Twitter, everyone went dead, and I did too. So I just never wanted to. And they just, out of the blue, I saw on my Twitter activity that they came back. I was like, oh my goodness, I think we're back, because Tippin had a new account. I was just like, I went up there and was like, okay, what did I miss? Tell me. And there was a lot of really neat updates that the Dodgefathers had. We had this really neat this really neat icon that floated above our heads instead of the actual level number for the Dodgeballers. If you join the group and join this server, join a dodgeball server, you'll have the exclusive Dodgeballers icon floating above your head as like a surprise or a gift for joining us. And just a lot more. But we also we still at that point, even at that point, when we had all these cool updates, and even we were being sponsored by other groups. At that point we were still pretty loyal to Dodgeball. But just starting like this last month or so, I don't know, I can't remember, but last month or so, 2 months, I can't even remember, but Tippin decided that, we decided that we would expand the Dodgeballers from our little circle of dodgeball to wider genres of games in Roblox, such as FPS. And this is where most of us today came from. We discussed the idea of expanding the Dodgeballers into wider genres, but one of the biggest genres also happened to be first person shooter games. And I was pretty pumped about the idea, but this also came about my concerns about like a similar issue that happened back in 2015, where after we reached our #1 on the leaderboard, we also tried to expand into different games, except our signature in dodgeball kind of faded away as we started to play all these different types of games that were dodgeball. And that's what also drove most of us away from Roblox dodgeball. So, but I still found FPS a really great idea. And it's so hard to think, just talking and playing at the same time. Trying to remember exactly what happened, but yeah, I thought it was a good idea, so we went with it. And as we expanded, we gained more members and more people to play for us, and but anyways, it's really nice to see that the Dodgeballers are growing and expanding. We're stepping out of what was our comfort zone and actually just doing something different for once, at least. And it's actually a very good idea. We're growing, and that's just really good. It's just really nice to hear. So I guess that's pretty much it with my self-introduction and some of the history with the Dodgeballers. So yes, today we now not only focus on dodgeball, but we also have our Phantom Forces team, and our Call of Robloxia. I don't even know if that was the name, but it's CBRO team. Coughing again. And we're slowly growing in. And we're slowly growing up. We're growing, and that's just really nice. I don't know. It just makes me happy that our group our group is just, yeah. It just makes me really happy that like our group is making so much out of all this that has happened. We are fine. I don't know. I'm just kind of speechless right now. I don't know. I need to stop. But I'm just really happy and proud of the accomplishments that we're making. I just really hope that we gain more from what good things we've achieved. And yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it for my introduction.